Attipate Krishnaswami Ramanujan, also known as A.K. Ramanujan, was a Indian poet and scholar of Indian literature who wrote in both English and Kannada. Ramanujan was a poet, scholar and author, a philologist, folklorist, translator, and playwright. His academic research ranged across 5 languages: Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Sanskrit, and English. He published works on both classical and modern variants of these literature and also argued strongly for giving local, non-standard dialects their due. Though he wrote widely and in a number of genres, Ramanujan's poems are remembered as enigmatic works of startling originality, sophistication and moving artistry. Posthumously, he has been awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1999 for his collection of poems, The Collected Poems. Biography Childhood. He was born in Mysore city on March 16, 1929. His father, Attipate Krishnaswami, a professor of mathematics at Mysore University and an astronomer, had a study crammed with books in English, Kannada and Sanskrit. His mother was a homemaker. He also has a brother, a writer and mathematician A.K. Srinivasan. Education. He was educated at Marimalappas High School and Maharaja College of Mysore. In college, Ramanujan majored in science in his first year, but his father, who thought him not mathematically minded, literally took him by the hand to the registrar's office and changed his major from science to English. He was a Fellow of Deccan College, Pune in 1958, a Euro 59 and Fulbright Scholar at Indiana University in 1959, a Euro 62. He was educated in English at the University of Mysore and received his PhD in linguistics from Indiana University, Korea, having been a lecturer in English at Quilon and Belgaum. He taught at the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda for about 8 years. In 1962, he joined the University of Chicago as an assistant professor, where he was affiliated throughout the rest of his career, teaching in several departments. However, he did teach at several other U.S. universities at times, including Harvard, University of Wisconsin, University of Michigan, University of California at Berkeley, and Carleton College. At the University of Chicago, Ramanujan was instrumental in shaping the South Asian Studies program. He worked in the departments of South Asian Languages and Civilizations, Linguistics, and with the Committee on Social Thought. In 1976, the Government of India awarded him the honorific title Padma Shri, and in 1983, he was given the MacArthur Prize Fellowship. In 1983, he was appointed the William E. Colvin Professor in the departments of South Asian Languages and Civilizations, of Linguistics, and in the Committee on Social Thought at the University of Chicago, and, the same year, he received a MacArthur Fellowship. As an Indo-American writer, Ramanujan had the experience of the native milieu as well as of the foreign milieu. His poems like The Conventions of Despair reflected his views on the cultures and conventions of the East and the West. A.K. Ramanujan died in Chicago, on July 13, 1993 as a result of adverse reaction to anesthesia during preparation for surgery. Contributions to Indian subcontinent studies. A.K. Ramanujan's theoretical and aesthetic contributions span several disciplinary areas. In his cultural essays such as Is There an Indian Way of Thinking?, he explains cultural ideologies and behavioral manifestations thereof in terms of an Indian psychology he calls context-sensitive thinking. In his work in folklore studies, Ramanujan highlights the intertextuality of the Indian oral and written literary tradition. His essay, Where Mirrors Are Windows, toward an anthology of reflections, and his commentaries in the interior landscape, love poems from a classical Tamil anthology and folktales from India, oral tales from 20 Indian languages are good examples of his work in Indian folklore studies. Controversy regarding his essay, his 1991 essay 300 Ramayanas, 5 examples and 3 thoughts on translations courted controversy over its inclusion in B.A. in History syllabus of University of Delhi in 2006. In this essay, he wrote of the existence of many versions of Ramayana and a few versions portrayed Rama and Sita as siblings, which contradicts the popular versions of the Ramayana, such as those by Valmiki and Tulsidas. ABVP, a student wing of the BJP, opposed its inclusion in the syllabus, saying it hurt the majority Hindu sentiments, who viewed Rama and Sita as gods who were husband and wife. They demanded the essay be removed from the syllabus. In 2008, Delhi High Court directed Delhi University to convene a committee to decide on the essay's inclusion. A four-member committee was formed, which subsequently gave its verdict 3-1 in favor of inclusion in the syllabus. The Academic Council, however, ignored the committee's recommendation and voted to scrap the essay from its syllabus in October 2011. This led to protests by many historians and intellectuals, accusing Delhi University of succumbing to the diktat of non-historians. Selected publications. His works include translations from Old Tamil and Old Kannada, such as Translations and Studies of Literature, English, The Interior Landscape, Love Poems from a Classical Tamil Anthology, 1967, Speaking of Shiva, Penguin 1973. ISBN 9780140442700. The Literatures of India. Edited with Edwin Drew. Chicago, University of Chicago Press, 1974, Hymns for the Drowning, 1981, Poems of Love and War. New York, Columbia University Press, 1985, Folktales from India, Oral Tales from 20 Indian Languages, 1991, Is There an Indian Way of Thinking? In India Through Hindu Categories, edited by McKim Marriott, 1990, When God is a Customer, Telugu Courtesan Songs by Kshatriya and Others, 1994, A Flowering Tree and Other Oral Tales from India, 1997, Poetry, Fiction and Drama, English, The Striders. London, Oxford University Press, 1966, Relations. London, New York, Oxford University Press, 1971, Selected Poems. Delhi, Oxford University Press, 1976, Samskara. Delhi, Oxford University Press, 1976. Second Sight. New York, Oxford University Press, 1986, Kannada, Hokulali Huvila. Dhawad, 1969, Metuatara Padugalu. Dhawad, 1977, Kuntobil, Matobana Atmasharita. A.K. Ramanujan's 3 books of Kannada poetry, and a novella have been translated into English, and published by Oxford University Press. Poems and a Novella, translated from Kannada, hardcover March 9, 2006, by A.K. Ramanujan, Tons N.K. Raju, Shuri Daniels Ramanujan. This collection has his poetry collections, 1, Hokulali Huvila, 2, Metuatara Kaitgalu, and 3, Kuntobil. The novella in Kannada is titled Matobana Atmasharita, Another Man's Autobiography. References. External links, Attipate Krishnaswami Ramanujan, Kandi Wagana.